All right, what it do, YouTube family? It's your girl, I go by Neek, and I want to welcome you back to Register My Songs. Today, I am going to be talking to you about beats, contracts, and why you should not be purchasing your beats on Beatstars. So before we get this video started, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that post notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload new content, and make sure you like this video. Beatstars is a marketplace for beats. This is where you will go at if you are trying to find beats. Usually, you'd have an artist. They'll start with YouTube and they'll go and they'll Google different beats on YouTube, and then, of course, most producers, when you Google a beat on YouTube, they'll have a link to the buy the beat in there description of the video, of course, and it'll send you to Beatstars. And Beatstars, again, is this marketplace of beats, and everybody is using Beatstars at this point to buy beats. Unfortunately, when you are buying beats on Beatstars, you never really know what your rights and ownership is when it comes to the beat, because sometimes it gets so tricky, it gets so confusing. Even the producers who are uploading the beats don't really understand what it is that they are doing. I wanted to start here first at a BeatStars page. The reason why is because this page is selling beats for $30. When you click on that to buy the beat, you get a bunch of different options to license. And again, you're not actually buying anything, you're licensing the beat. So there's a big difference between you buying something and licensing something. And a lot of times in music, when you license something, there's a lot of terms that get caught up in licensing. Let's start with the $30 beat, because that's usually the draw. That's usually what brings everybody in, is the cheap $30 price. So for $30, all you get is the MP3. You get the MP3, you get to use the song and distribute 5,000 copies. That means if you are distributing music like physical copies, this contract for $30 says you can only distribute 5,000. You can only get 10,000 streams on the song. You cannot perform the song for public performances. That means no radio, no on-stage performances at all. And this means you can't shoot a music video. This license is usually what most people are going to buy. Because BeatStars is a marketplace, this producer can sell this license to as many artists as he or she wants to. There are several options. The next option is considered a premium option. Now this is where things get a bit confusing, because I feel like a lot of producers don't understand the business. So this first option said the producer can distribute up to 5,000 copies, 10,000 streams. But then for more money, you can only distribute 200 copies, 30,000 streams. It doesn't make it's not really making sense. Why go down in the number of distribution? Still, you can't shoot a music video and you can't perform, but you get the WAV file of the song. Unless you're actually getting the stem, then there's no difference between this and this when it comes to the files that you're getting. The MP3 is just as bad as having the WAV. Now, this next option that the producer is offering is $99. This option says that you'll get the MP3 and the WAV. It says buy two, get two free. So you got to buy another one just to get two for free. But then it says you can shoot unlimited music videos, distribute unlimited copies, unlimited online streams. You can profit from the song on radio stations, and then you can also put the song on unlimited different radio stations. So you don't even have to stick to one market when it comes to a radio station. The difference between this option and this WAV option is the stems. Any option that offers the stems, that's the option that I'm going for first. I'm skipping over every other option, because unless I have the stems to my beat, I don't have the full master to the song. And that's important. So this is a $200 option. This says that you can distribute unlimited copies, unlimited streams, performances, unlimited radio stations, and unlimited music videos. Then we have the exclusive rights. With the exclusive license, not only do you get the stems, you get the MP3, you get a wave, but you get the exclusive rights to the beat. Exclusive rights to a beat. Once you have purchased from the producer, you gain full ownership and control over how the beat is used. No one can license or use the beat after you buy it. Here's the breakdown of what typically includes. Full ownership. You are the only artist who can use the beat going forward. The producer cannot sell or license it to anyone else. Unlimited usage. You can use the beat for unlimited streams, sales, and performances without restriction. Monetization rights. You can make money from the song on streaming platforms, radio, TV, and other media without limitations. Modification rights. You may be allowed to make changes to the beat, such as adding instruments or adjusting the arrangement. It says copyright control. You can usually register the song with copyright offices and collect agencies like Sound Exchange and BMI, though some contracts may still give the producer a share of publishing rights. It says higher costs. Since the beat is sold exclusively, it is usually more expensive than leasing a beat. With this option, the exclusive rights option, you are getting all of these rights to the beat. So what I did is I went and I spent money on an exclusive option beat on Beatstars. Per the contract that I got with the producer, it says that me, the artist, own the rights to the final song as a work made for hire. That means the song that I make, I own all the rights to it. Beat ownership. The producer still retains full ownership of the underlying beat composition, meaning you, me, do not own the instrumental separately. So that means I cannot resell that instrumental. I can't use the instrumental by itself. I don't own that. Usage restrictions. It says I cannot modify the beat. I cannot use the beat apart from the song, and I can use the beat in a way that implies an endorsement from the producer. It says that I own 100% of the publishing, and the producer has 0% in publishing. This means you'll get all songwriter royalties from streaming, radio, sync licensing, etc. It says if the producer owns any part of the composition, you must pay 100% of the statutory mechanical royalty rate in the United States. No royalty cap means you must pay the producer on every unit streamed. Outside the United States, Canada, you must pay the industry standard mechanical royalty rate in each country. So when I started to read this, I started to realize that if the producer is asking for 100% of the mechanical royalty, then that means that they are asking for publishing. But if you notice in the publishing rights paragraph, it says that I own 100% of the publishing. In the control composition, it says the artist must pay 100% of mechanical royalties with no cap. If the artist is owed 100% of the publishing, they should not owe mechanical royalties to the producer. If the mechanical royalties must still be paid, then the producer still retains some publishing rights, contradicting the publishing rights clause. So here's the publishing rights clause right here. This is the first thing. With respect to publishing rights and ownership of the underlying composition embodied in the master, the artist and the producer hereby acknowledge and agree that the underlying composition shall be owned, split, and it says leasee, which is me, 100%. It says leaser owns 0% of the publishing rights. What the contract says is that I own exclusive license to the beat and I got 100% of the publishing. When I go and I registered the song, if I was going to give the producer credit as a writer, I would go in and I would add the producer name, right? And then I would put their role as a composer and I would give them 25% because they made the complete beat. per the contract, I don't have to add the producer's name here. But with a work for hire contract, I don't have to add the producer on as a songwriter. It says, do I need to credit a producer on ASCAP or BMI if they made the beat under a work for hire? No. If the beat was made under a work for hire agreement, you do not need to credit the producer on ASCAP or BMI performance rights organization. Why? A work for hire agreement means you paid the producer a one-time fee and they gave up all the ownership rights to the beat. Since they do not own any part of the composition, they are not entitled to any publishing or performance royalties through ASCAP, BMI, or any other pro. However, this is not a work for hire for the beat itself, only for the master recording that includes the beat. The producer shall retain rights to the original beat composition, which is why there are controlled composition clauses and restrictions on modifying the beat. This contract has a controlled composition clause. And within that controlled composition clause, it says that the producer still owns the actual beat. So despite the fact that you have exclusive rights to the beat, the producer still actually owns the beat. So that means that if the song was licensed for a film or television and they wanted to use just the instrumental, the producer would have complete control over that because the contract says that you cannot use the instrumental by itself. After sharing with you guys all of this information, you're probably asking yourself, why is this relevant to you? So first, the producer retains ownership of the composition. The issue in the contract states that the producer retains ownership of the underlying composition and the artist can only use it as part of the final master. The artist does not have rights to the beat itself, only the master recording and the song created with the beat. This limits the artist's control over the track, and they can't use the beat independently or license it in any other context without the producer's approval. We stated there is a work for hire clause. The issue with the work for hire clause, meaning the artist will own the sound recording but not the composition. If the work doesn't qualify as work for hire, the rights will be transferred, but the producer retains the underlying composition. Work for hire can be difficult to enforce, and this means the artist might end up not owning the composition or being able to exploit it for uses without issue. The arrangement favors the producer, not the artist. This contract is not ideal for the artist because it gives too many rights to the producer while restricting the artist's ability to fully exploit their work. The fee is extremely low for an exclusive license, and the artist is giving up a lot of creative and financial control over the song. It's important for the artist to have more control over the composition and the ability to use the song in various contexts without restrictions. One thing that I wanted to point out about Beatstars before we end this video is that they do not allow you to see the actual contracts before purchasing the beats. So I can only wonder that every contract, when you purchase a beat on Beatstars, says that the producer still owns the underlying composition. And unfortunately, for the artist, if this is true, then that contract from Beatstars will never favor a true artist. So you want to make sure that you lock in with a producer, somebody that you know, so that you guys can start making music together and you guys can actually build a catalog that you can own. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and hit that post notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload new content. Do you want to learn how to protect your music? Head over to registermysongs.com and download a copy of the HitchHikers Guide to Releasing Music. In this book, I show you step by step how to register your music like a major record company.